On the 22nd of September, 3 dismembered bodies were found on fire in a dumpster in Fort Worth, Texas. Initially, firefighters were called to the scene to reports of a fire at around 6:17 a.m. along the 3100 block of Bonnie Drive in front of a storage business in a partially industrialized neighborhood. After extinguishing the fire, they were met with a grisly scene. There were heavily dismembered and charred bodies of a child, a young adult female, and an adult male. The forensic investigators were called in. The authorities said identifying the victims of a triple murder had been difficult because of the conditions of the remains. Some of the body parts were also unaccounted for. One of the victims was identified as 42-year-old David Luaris. It's reported that he had ties in Dallas, where he often frequented, and had a long criminal history, including drug charges. The police are seeking information from the public that may lead to the positive identification of the other 2 victims. A Tulsa, Oklahoma man has been arrested for armed robbery. The incident occurred at around 4:30 p.m. on the 14th of September, located at the intersection of East 36th Street North and North Peoria Avenue. It was reported that Kevion Hooks was armed with a large metal spike and used it to steal his victim's backpack, as well as his prosthetic leg. Hooks questioned the victim how much each item was worth while waving the spike around. After being robbed, deputies nearby were flagged down and the victim pointed out the suspect. They found him with the victim's leg strapped to his head. The authorities took the leg off Hooks' head and gave it back to the victim. Hooks has been held at the Tulsa County Jail for armed robbery. A Nashville, Tennessee woman has been arrested after police found her 2 young children living in deplorable conditions. On the 19th of September, the authorities went to the apartment of 22-year-old Nautica Harris for a welfare check, located at 830 Glastonbury Road. When they arrived at the unit, officers were met with a pungent stench and found 2 children aged 2 and 4 living in filth. There were swarms of flies, feces smeared all over the walls, rotten chicken bones strewn across the floor, foul water clogging the sink, and rotting meat left in the fridge. The 2-year-old boy had a rash on his chest and had an unknown substance dried in his hair. He was only wearing a shirt when the police showed up. A neighbour handed a diaper to the officer for the child to wear. Both children were taken to the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital for an examination and now in custody of the Department of Children's Services. Nautica was arrested and is being held at the Davidson County Jail. She's been charged with 2 counts of child endangerment and a bond has been set at $30,000.